Well, you guys, dropped my phone. The foot is broken, as you saw in the last video. And now I'm trying to figure out what the heck can I do on my homestead to have forward progress with the broken foot. So I am not really good at sitting still, and I am going in on Monday to get a screw in my foot. By the time you see this, that's already happened. And they're saying 4 to 6 weeks for heal time. Been working on this chicken coop, really wanted to have that finished before then, and wanted to be on the sawmill, but that's all gonna have to take a pause at least for 4 weeks. So what I'm going to be doing today is starting my seeds. This should have been done a month ago, and we did start some seeds, but they didn't get watered, so they died. So I'm going to go ahead and restart some more. I feel like this is something that I can do in my cast and be off of my foot. I've got to figure out a way to prop it up, but at least I can get my garden started. The plan had been to finish the chicken coop and then get my raised beds done and get started planting in that. But since I can't walk across my field, I'm gonna start them in these gallon water jugs and get them growing. They should be able to be in those at least for a couple of months, I think, and then we can transplant them into the raised beds and we'll be able to get those up. So that's my plan. I do have my niece here, and she's going to be helping me with keeping these watered and that kind of stuff. And I do think we'll be able to still make some forward progress on the chicken coop. I just won't be able to be doing it myself. I'll have to supervise, which is really hard for a person like me to not be have my hands in on it. But I'm staying positive. I'm extremely grateful that it wasn't worse. It is called a dancer's fracture, and it is a pretty common fracture, and it's actually one that heals really well. So it could have been a whole lot worse, and like I said, I'm grateful that it is only what it is. And I won't be out for 12 weeks if I behave myself. So that's what we're going to do, is get started on the garden seeds, getting them going. They're actually in the trunk of the car along with some bags of soil, and I'm just waiting on Kira to bring those over here to me so that I can start planting those.
On Facebook, our family, we can't cut a straight line.
Jeez. It's terrible. I actually don't think we'll need to do the tops. No, that's birdseed. This is the one I was talking about.
And this is that mystery grab bag I was talking about.
That's just birdseed for wild birds.
Okay.
Yay, I did it without cutting myself. So I picked up this today to get started. We're gonna do these kind of deep so that they have enough room for the roots to grow for a while. Also want to poke some holes in the bottom. So I'm filling these up pretty high because, like I said, I want there to be enough room for the roots to get pretty deep. And then when I go to plant these into the actual garden, I'll just cut this off to disturb it the least amount as possible. So the seeds that I'm using, these are all the ones that I've already planted once but didn't work. I do have my Baker Creek heirloom seeds, and this is the one at Jess of Roots and Refuge plants a lot, the Qatari melon. So I'm excited to be able to try that this year. But the rest of my seeds are Heirloom Evermore Seed Company. That's a local company here. These are seeds that do well in our growing environment. So I'm going to be starting some crookneck squash, some Arkansas Traveler tomato, some Burbank tomato, some Aunt Ruby's German green tomato, some sweet cherry peppers, some sugar baby watermelon, and I have some broccoli. I don't know if it's already getting too warm for that. For best results, sow seeds indoors and flats 4 to 6 weeks before transplanting. Keep watered during dry spells. So one of the big issues that I have here is I haul my water in. So we're gonna have to be really careful with water, and it does get pretty dry up here. I think I'll start a few of these in here, and then I'll thin out to the best starts. So this will be officially my first bigger garden up here. It's still going to be fairly small. Last year I planted very late, and I just kind of threw some things in the ground to see how they would do, and they actually did really well. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Probably should have wrote on the container before I planted it. That's hard to do without dumping everything out. There's our first one. Fingers crossed it works. And I'm probably going to put some mulch in here just to maybe help keep it a little bit moist, wet, damp, whatever we want to call it. And if you're doing this on time when you're actually supposed to, you can tape this back on and make yourself a little mini greenhouse. Because then it'll sweat and hold it in. You would do it only part way up. So, but since I'm already late, I feel like it's already getting warm enough that we don't need the greenhouse effect, because it's So here at first, it's going to be a lot of experimenting to see what I like. I bought a whole lot of the heirloom seeds that I'd like to plant. I just don't think I'm going to have time to get those all planted this year. Tomato seeds are so tiny. Seriously, look at that. I don't know where they all really went. I think this is why people just pour them all in there and then get rid of the ones that you don't need. What you doing, Chloe? What you doing, Justin? What you doing, big boy? Oh, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. He's a good girl. Oh my goodness. Look at those cute faces. What you doing? There she is. Good girl. Hey guys, want to follow along with how I figure out how to homestead with a broken foot? Then make sure you subscribe and ring the little bell notification so that you can get updates on videos, new videos that I post. And until then, I've picked out this video, could be over here, for you to watch.